Falcons fans, stop what you're doing. The NFC South just got rocked by a rumor that could flip the division upside down, and it might give Atlanta the exact weapon they've been missing for years. This isn't just another off-season headline. This could be the kind of move that changes the Falcons' future and keeps their rivals stumbling in the dust. The Atlanta Falcons are standing at the edge of something massive. The 2025 season already feels like a turning point, and now the talk around the league is about a blockbuster trade that could completely transform this offense. And no, this isn't some minor depth signing or a random draft pick. This is about a potential deal for Cleveland Browns star tight end David Njoku. If this happens, it could send shockwaves through the entire NFC South. Think about where the Falcons are right now. Michael Penix Jr. is growing into his role as QB1. He's young, he's fearless, and he's already shown flashes of brilliance that have fans whispering franchise quarterback. Bijan Robinson is a walking highlight reel capable of breaking a game open at any moment. Drake London has proven he can bully defenses as a possession receiver, and Darnell Mooney stretches the field with speed. But let's be real. The tight end position has been complicated. Atlanta believed Kyle Pitts would be the next great superstar, the kind of weapon who could rewrite the way defenses play. He was supposed to be unstoppable, a mix of size, speed, and freak athleticism. And yes, we've seen glimpses of that talent. We've seen moments where he looked like the matchup nightmare everyone promised. The problem? Consistency. Pitts hasn't delivered the dominant production fans expected since his rookie season. The flashes are there, but the week-to-week impact hasn't matched the hype. And that's why this rumored move for Njoku has the entire fan base buzzing. Because if Atlanta adds a second tight end who can be trusted every Sunday, one who's proven he can hold his own as a starter, suddenly, this offense looks terrifying. Defenses already have to worry about Bijan in the backfield, London's size, Mooney's speed, and Penix's growing arm talent. Now imagine throwing Njoku into the mix alongside Pitts. This isn't just adding a piece. This is about creating a nightmare for every defensive coordinator in the NFC South. Falcons fans, I need to hear from you. Would you welcome David Njoku in Atlanta, or do you still believe Kyle Pitts is the future at tight end? Drop your thoughts in the comments and rate your confidence in this Falcons offense heading into 2025 from 1 to 10. Kyle Pitts was supposed to be the answer. But here we are, years later, still waiting for that breakout season that never fully arrives. He's never caught more than 55 passes. He's never cracked 700 yards. Even with extra games added to the schedule, the production just hasn't matched the hype. And that's the part that hurts most. Atlanta has tried, again and again, to unlock his full potential, but the consistency just isn't there. And this is exactly why things are about to get very interesting. The Falcons aren't a rebuilding team anymore. They're not just chasing hope, they're chasing wins in January. The roster is playoff ready, but if they're serious about a Super Bowl push, they need one more weapon at tight end. That's where the smoke around David Njoku comes into play. Njoku isn't just another name. He's 28 years old, in his prime, and when healthy, he's been a steady, productive player in Cleveland. The kicker? He's entering the final year of his contract, set to hit free agency in 2026. That gives the Browns every reason to think about moving him now instead of watching him walk later for nothing. And let's be real, the Browns are a mess right now. They just drafted Harold Fannin Jr., a young, versatile tight end scouts believe could become a star. Fannin is quick, tough, and dangerous after the catch. He looks like the future, and Cleveland knows it. With their focus on rebuilding and collecting young talent, paying big money to Njoku makes less and less sense. So what do? They listen to offers. They consider moving Njoku to free up cap space, open the door for Fannin, and set their timelines straight. And that's where Atlanta steps in. Because for the Falcons, this is a perfect fit. They're not looking for a project. They don't need to wait on potential. They need a proven weapon who can make defenses sweat from day one. Njoku gives them exactly that, a strong, athletic tight end who stretches the field, wins mismatches, and commands defensive attention. He is what Kyle Pitts was supposed to become, but hasn't been able to deliver. Adding Njoku to this offense wouldn't just be another move. It could be the missing piece that turns the Falcons' attack from dangerous to unstoppable. Falcons fans, here's the question. Do you think Atlanta should pull the trigger on David Njoku, or is it too soon to give up hope on Pitts breaking out? Drop your thoughts below. I want to see where the fan base stands on this. Acquiring David Njoku wouldn't just be another roster move for the Falcons. It would be the kind of move that changes everything. Right now, this team has speed, talent, and playmakers across the board, but they're still missing that one piece in the passing game, a true tight end who can dominate and take pressure off the quarterback. Njoku gives them exactly that. He's not just a guy who can catch passes, he's a safety blanket for Penn in crunch time, a nightmare matchup for defenders, and a dangerous weapon in the red zone. That's the kind of presence Atlanta has been searching for. And here's the truth fans don't always like to hear. Kyle Pitts, as talented as he is, hasn't proven he can be that consistent difference maker. At 28, he's still young, but the flashes of greatness haven't translated into production. This isn't about disrespecting Pitts. It's about the Falcons recognizing that if they want to be more than just a playoff team, they need a tight end who can deliver right now. That's where the bigger picture comes in. The NFC South isn't waiting around. The Buccaneers are still fighting, the Saints are loading up with talent, and the Panthers are getting stronger every single year. Every move matters in this division, and this is the type of move that puts Atlanta ahead. Imagine it. Njoku lining up with Drake London on one side, Darnell Mooney on the other, and Bijan Robinson pounding the ball in the backfield. That's not just an offense. That's a nightmare for defenses. Add Njoku's ability to block, shift around the formation, and create mismatches, and suddenly the Falcons have one of the most complete attacks in football. If this trade happens, it won't just be about 2025. It would shape the Falcons' future draft strategy, change their free agency plans, and set the tone for a deep playoff run. This is the type of move that could define their season, and maybe even their championship window. But it all comes down to Cleveland. Are the Browns willing to let go of Njoku? And can Atlanta make the deal happen without giving up too much? One thing's for sure. If this deal goes through, it could be remembered as one of the boldest and smartest moves in Falcons history. So let me ask you, do you think Njoku is the missing piece that turns Atlanta into a true Super Bowl contender? Or is the risk too high? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know how confident you are in this potential blockbuster. This is the kind of move that could change everything for the Atlanta Falcons. Think about it. Adding David Njoku isn't just about numbers on a stat sheet. It's about giving this team the missing piece they've been chasing for years. It's about stability, leadership, and finally having a tight end who can tilt the field in Atlanta's favor. For too long, the Falcons have been stuck just short of greatness. They've built talent, they've fought through ups and downs, but that elusive Super Bowl still feels out of reach. A move like this could push them closer than they've been in decades. It's not hype. It's the reality of what one bold decision can mean in the NFL. Because in this league, everything can shift in a heartbeat. One trade, one player, one moment, and suddenly the entire direction of a franchise changes. Bringing in Njoku right now, while the Falcons are already on the rise, could be the spark that lights a championship fire. Now here's where you come in, Falcons fans. I want to hear from you. Do you believe this trade will actually happen? Would you be willing to see Kyle Pitts go in exchange for a proven veteran who's ready to help Atlanta win right now? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Njoku is the missing piece that finally gets Atlanta over the hump and into true title contention? Or should the Falcons hold on to Pitts and hope he finally breaks out? The offseason is where legends are made and dynasties are born, and this could be the move that defines Atlanta's future.